All right. We're not gonna yell this time.
Yeah,
Hey
it's not the time for
guys.
that.
Yeah, it's not the time for that. Hey guys. Welcome back to episode 6 of the Salty Runback podcast. My name is Chico,
I'm Jay.
and here we are after a week of hiatus due to 4th of July and other happenstances.
Yeah,
Um
well,
yeah, I I do want to say this just because it was very close to our area. Um, so for people who aren't aware, um, during the 4th of July, there was a shooting at Highland Park in Illinois where they were having a parade. I believe it was um, 6 people were killed
I
and
think it was seven
over.
actually. I think someone died in the hospital.
Oh, okay. 7 were killed, over 30 people were injured. The process, and just wanted to take a moment and just, keep spreading the awareness, make sure that if you do want to help out to the people who have been directly affected, um, I'm sure there's a relief fund for there somewhere else. As for
Yeah.
me, this time around, since the shooting was much more closer and people who I knew were at that parade, I spent most of my time that day um, just making sure everyone's okay, making sure there's accountability for everyone who I knew was going, and just checking in with people in case they went, so on and so forth. But if you feel inclined to help out, feel free to. I'm sure they have a GoFundMe somewhere. We don't have the link this time, but feel free to look it up and help out the people who are definitely need it right now.
Yeah.
But um, that's kind of what happened mainly for last week, and then this week we are we're mainly dedicating this episode to a sudden announcement that has occurred earlier as of recording, which is the graduation of a Hololive English member by the name of Tsukumo Sana. So this episode's for her for the most part,
Mm.
and
Like other stuff, like not just her, but also
yeah, just
Hololive and VTubers in general. And
the
then
she's kind of the, I guess maybe not the main thing, but she's what pushed this episode. Let's leave it at that.
yeah,
She's what pushed this
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
But yes, on that note, um, oh, I guess we should brief in case people don't know. So, Hololive is actually, let's start with VTubers. So, VTubers, otherwise known as virtual YouTubers, are individuals who use a 2D or 3D avatar to stream as a persona. And so they don't directly show their faces, they do so through like a virtual model, hence the VTuber, and through like motion rigging and syncing up like camera motion and whatnot, they're able to use an interface and interact with their audience that way. And there's a lot of VTubers out there, especially recently, and one of the biggest companies that are associated with the idea of VTubing is known as Hololive. And the person that started this episode um is currently affiliated with their English branch, hence the name HololiveEN. And yeah, um,
Yeah, and
that's the
graduation
yes.
sounds good, but it just means that she's gonna no longer be a member of Hololive. and she's
Yeah.
basically moving on, which is can be seen as both a I guess a good thing and also obviously an unfortunate thing because uh well obviously she won't be making content and she's someone that I watched a decent amount of, so it kind of makes me sad that um will no longer be here. And but also if she feels like it's better for her to move on, aka graduate, then so be it. And I'm sure all of the other fans feel the same way. Um, yeah, but I wanted to talk about like I I'm not an emotional person
Mm.
typically, but then like when I heard the news, I was like very shook, I guess,
Mm.
because like to me, like large YouTubers don't generally quit. You know what I mean? Or I guess that's a generalization, but like once they've like established themselves, I like never imagined they would quit, especially someone that like I regularly watch.
Uh.
I was like, damn, this feels pretty bad. And before I was like, oh, like Hololive has had other people graduate
Yep.
before. Um, and then I saw that and I was like, oh, like it's probably fine, like whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm.
But now that it's like something that I watch, I'm like, oh, okay.
So
Okay,
this is what it
yeah,
is.
this is how that feels. And this like she's not even like my favorite. Like I like her a lot, but she's not even like my favorite VTuber in this company. But it's like, damn, I didn't expect that, especially because, like you said, Hololive is such a big company
Mm.
that unless like I just can't imagine many people quitting. Like the last event was they were kind of forced to quit. You know,
Yeah.
so I guess because I would say recently, like comparatively to people who've been watching for a long time, I recently fell down the rabbit hole of YouTubing. So for me, this is like the first, I guess, incident of like, she's no longer gonna be here. Yeah, I think that was gonna be my point.
I
And
see.
you can choose to save me my dignity or
I
or
might
not.
have to sack your dignity for entertainment, considering how this podcast is probably going to be lower, not lower energy, but more just like lower tone, I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
See how the rest
Uh,
of the episode
And
shapes up.
then for
But
next week, we have a fun idea planned, so it'll kind of counteract this one too.
yikers!
We do. I think it's pretty interesting. I think
Hitting
it's
them
pretty
with
interesting.
the. Oh.
I think it's pretty interesting. I think so. You can't make me change my mind. Keep this in the podcast.
No, listen, I think it's a fine idea. It's just the last time you made a promise about future
Hey,
episodes,
hey.
look
Anyways,
where that went.
um,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
um, yeah. I also feel really bad for like her friends in in Hololive, because I imagine in a Hololive they usually I guess debut or like yeah they debut in groups known as like
Mhm.
generations or that's the most common one, generations. And it seems like most of them are like close within their generation, so I just feel bad for the people in that generation, especially because my favorite VTuber is in that generation. So I'm a little biased. And I showed Chico this before, but she has a really close friend in Hololive, and there was a clip from a couple days ago before the announcement was made where her friend was crying in while playing a game because she happened to see something that Sana had made, and the chat that was watching her thought that she was laughing at a comment that was made, but in reality she was crying. So yeah, I feel like all of those
Yeah.
things made me feel very, yeah, very sad. Even though like I I think this is true. I characterize myself as a very non-emotional person for the most part. I usually keep my emotions under wraps. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
what does that yeah mean?
It means
Why did
yeah.
that sound
Um,
so
I'm
suspicious?
sorry. I'm just saying yeah. Am I not allowed to agree with you?
No. I just heard a yeah. You know, when you hear it in that tone, it's just kind of
I just stuttered.
okay.
Twas
Yeah.
twas but a stutter. Oh
This
my
is but a
dear.
stutter, I see.
Yeah. Briefly to the point of them debuting as a group, specifically for Hololive. While this is true for many other agencies as well, I'm pretty sure, specifically for Hololive, because there are a quote unquote idol agency, like idol VTuber agency, as in most, if not all, the talents they have do some forms of like concert or they make music and
Or
perform
art.
and whatnot. So that's why there it's kind of considered to be as like a unit, and like the generations and the groups like to have their own names too. Um, so like for example, for the person that we're talking about right now, she was part of a group called Council,
Yeah.
Hollow Council, in the EN branch. But yeah, I just wanted to clarify as to maybe why they came out in groups. But yeah, that clip, uh, that clip was like that was an oof.
Yeah, that was like a punch.
That was a that was a punch after I got punched already by Sana's announcement stream.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn.
I think it's especially bad because people are like, "Oh, she knew and she couldn't say anything for so like
This clip was from like
5 days ago, or I guess
from the time of release. The clip was from July 6th.
Uh huh.
Um and the announcement was made today, July 11th.
Yeah.
So like for 5 days, so she had to like kind of pretend that everything was fine, and they had like collab streams before. So it's just very, yeah, it felt just very unfortunate, I guess, especially because I don't know, they were close childhood friends as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to believe that they had plenty of time to talk off stream, but at the same time, like maybe they were busy and didn't get a chance to until like recently, or like um maybe it was only during the collabs or before and after, and it's just like there's a lot of speculation, a lot of what if. I just like to hope that they were able to take the time for each other, and if they weren't able to right now, then I'd like to think that they'll be able to in the future for the next weeks to come.
Yeah, because she's graduating, but she's still making content.
until July 31st.
Yep.
In case that we didn't say that before.
Yes, we did not. So that's a good
Okay.
thing to note.
Yeah. But I don't know, I feel like I want to talk about I guess online relationships in a way because technically I think Sana hasn't met the other people like in real life, or she hasn't met most of the other people in real life, and um, I guess the impact that you can still have with people you've never met is I feel like I knew because I also have online friends. Like I play video games. I use Discord and everything. But it's always been such an interesting concept of like, oh, you don't even have to meet a person and they can have such a impact on your life and like your daily routine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can only imagine like the friend who was actually friends with her before this whole Hololive thing, like how she feels because like I'm sure she enjoyed making content with a close friend. You know what I mean? And she won't be able to do that anymore. And this is not to say that they won't ever meet again, or like they can't meet or they can't talk, but it must feel very weird um, about that. And Yeah, if you want to comment on anything I said, because I can't tell if you're still muted or not.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, cool. I
Um,
wasn't sure.
the I mean, I don't know. It depends on if we want to dive into the whole online relationships part or if we just want to talk about sauna first.
I mean, we can do sauna and then
Yeah.
let's see how much time we have and then
Yeah.
move to the
To
yeah.
sauna's end, I think like um I don't know, like I didn't watch a whole lot of her, but I watched a decent amount. And then I remember when she came out with her song Astro Girl, I was like, this has a lot of heart in it. Like
Uh-huh.
I was like, huh. And like that sounds like hella sappy, but it's just like I don't know. It was one of those songs that made me feel like, oh, like this was a song with like intention behind it of the person who was singing. Like it wasn't just like oh, I need to put out a song. This was a oh, like this is me. Like and this is my song. Um very poor way of describing it, but it's just I had that like it just had heart in it. And after that I was kind of like yeah, I watched a bit more of her streams and caught up every so often and whatnot, and it was really nice. And then like she was gone for a bit. I was like, oh okay, we'll see her again though. And then we saw her again, but
For a little bit.
uh, twas but a fleeting dream.
Yeah.
And then this announcement came, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Um, that was yeah, that kind of sucks. And like we've seen at least actually I don't know if I can generalize it, but like a good chunk of the fans have seen um like what happens to a group dynamic when a person leaves. And
Yeah.
even if they're not like the most pivotal member, like it's still like out of 4 or 5 people, if one person leaves, there's that much of like a gap there, right?
Yeah.
And that's only talking within the confines of the group, whereas like with Sana and Ina, like they're not in the same generation, but they're still very much like you said earlier, like they're childhood friends in real life, and they've known each other for a while, so that connection that must be hard to try and navigate through with this graduation in terms of just the interpersonal stuff. And then Sana's also interacted with other members as well, so it's not just like within the confines of her group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like with all of that in mind, like watching her and like in her announcement stream and her saying like, oh, like I'm sorry that I have to make you guys go through this. It's just like fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, just the way that she talked about it. Maybe it's because we're all on some form of bias of some sort, but I always thought she sounded genuine, but this time in particular it just felt like she was really sitting down and just like addressing a group of people or just like a small group of people, and they're just being like, hey, I gotta go, and like I'm sorry, and I
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed your time and all that. I'm just like fuck, like
I, I think it was like her voice too. It was like very raw.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
usually when people like talk with emotion, their voice like shakes a little bit.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how to describe it perfectly, but like she had that going on. Like she was trying her best to hold her emotions in, but you could like but you could still feel it like just from her voice,
Right,
which
like
is
some of it does translate out, and maybe this is like too much parasocial psychoanalyzing, but like um I don't know. I feel like there's still a line where people can look at someone going through like a moment who they've only known throughout a screen and still, resonate to some extent. Because I think, like, while the term parasocial um, it mostly has negative connotations, there's still this idea of, like, you can interact with, there's so much more that you can do with other people from around the world now that, like, I think it just makes sense that you're able to then connect and empathize and resonate with other people that you haven't even met in real life. And I think that's
Mhm.
okay. I think the problem with parasocial stuff is, like, the extent, right? But I think, like, in this case it's okay, where we see a person trying their best to calmly go through a situation while also being emotional and really just sitting down with us and trying to be as honest as she can. I think that, at the very least, deserves respect and just, like, just that I appreciate it as, like, a viewer, that, like, she went out of her way to sit down and properly go through it for her fans. I think that's the part that was kind of like, I appreciate that. But at the same time, it's a very fucking punch in the gut when, she's, like, trying to say, like, oh, like, I have to go, and, like, this was out of my own choice. Um, but and then, oh, one thing that really fucking hurt me was when she was like, she was talking about what she wanted to do in Hololive, or what she had wanted to do, and
Mhm.
she said something along the lines of, like, I wanted to do more with them, and I wanted to do more, them being other Hololive members. I wanted to do more with them, and I wanted to do more on my end. So I can't really say that I'm satisfied.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was
That's what
like, damn, that that's like the nicest way of saying, like, or that's like, not, maybe not the nicest, but, like, that's a nice way of saying, like, I wish I had more time, like,
yeah.
because I still have things that I fucking want to do, um, and I can't.
Mm.
And I
But
think
it sounded like,
that's a nice way of phrasing it.
correct me if I'm wrong, she's the one who wanted to leave though, right?
I think from what she had talked about, it sounded like they tried working things out, but then at the end of it all, like, it just wasn't um manageable, and so she decided to step away.
Yeah, because like they made an announcement. They were like, we have decided to honor her request for graduation. So it sounds like
Right.
she, at least she wanted to. She
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah.
fired. She wanted.
This was out of her own volition, for sure.
Yeah,
That much we can confirm 100%.
yeah. But
But
yeah, it did suck when she was like, yeah, I'm not satisfied. And the other
yeah.
part was like when she was like, yeah, I know I'm gonna lose all of you guys. I'm gonna lose my friends. And it was like, damn, like she went into this, I guess not expecting, but like acknowledging the fact that she may never like I don't know, just the way she said it, like, I'm losing my friends in Hololive. Like, I
Mm.
feel like that's such a sad statement
Yeah.
because, like, usually people are like, oh, friends are gonna get through everything, like, we can still talk and everything, but it's like she knows it'll be different, I suppose. Like, they can still talk, but um
Right.
being a part of Hololive and not being part of it is, I guess, very different um dynamics. So the fact that it's just like, yeah, and I'm gonna lose my friends, I was like, damn, that hurts, eh?
Yeah, that definitely did a number on us, for sure. Like, and it's true, right? Because, at the end of the day, streaming is their work, and that's their priority. And being able to share that space to work and have fun at the same time, like, that was great. But
Mm-hmm.
it is true that once she steps out of that, then, um, other than maybe Ina and a few others who she's, like, connected with personally, like, it's probably going to be near impossible to really not just, like, find a time for them to, like, converse and communicate, but just, like, I don't want to say justification, but like find good reason and motivation
Yeah,
slash
I
like.
feel like it's very similar to when you graduate high school and then like you could have a lot of close friends, but
Hmm.
eventually just like the distance and just everything going on in both of your lives just makes you eventually
Right, you drift.
become distant. Yeah.
Yeah, and like not only is it a matter of distance and time, but it's also just like um the call it the commonalities, right?
Hmm.
Because I think that's another part of what she was trying to say is that the commonality of Hololive is disappearing from their relationship, and that was ultimately what um was like the main holding factor for them, right? Like this idea, fuck, I did the transition. This idea that once you run out of things you have in common, then it's just a matter of time before ultimately some people will drift off. And some maybe if they put like extensive effort and time and what have you into the relationship, then it might stay. But who's to say that both sides have enough capacity to uh, give that much, right? Without constraining their schedules and you know, doing things like consistently to a point where it would hold it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'd like to hope, right? Because I don't want to be all negative about this. I'd like to hope that they still talk through like a Discord server or
Yeah.
something
And
or things like
I'm
that.
like, I was gonna say like if she's doing this, I'm sure she believes that it's for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And like all the members said, they want her to do what's best for her,
Mm.
and they're just gonna try to make as many memories as they can. And I feel like that's a very good way of going about this situation, I guess. Like rather
Yeah.
than being sad. But it's a little hard. Uh, yeah, man,
Man.
man. Now I'm just thinking of like if other like not even just VTubers, like YouTubers just stopped like doing it, like man, that would affect. Now I know that would affect me a lot more than I initially anticipated. You know.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
it's for certain. You've confirmed it now.
Yeah. I I'm not a sociopath. That's confirmed now.
I'm not a soci. Well, let's not check that off right away.
You're
We don't.
right. You're right.
We
You're
don't.
right.
We
You're
don't know
right.
for sure. You know.
You're right. You got me. Got me.
But actually, while we're on this brief topic of how it'd feel if like a YouTuber that we followed a lot just stopped, that just reminded me of the time when this person who shall not be named redacted because they did they did bad thing, very bad thing. Um, they were a D&D YouTuber, and
Oh,
yeah, I enjoyed their content, and they did a lot of stuff for a lot of people, and then turns out it wasn't only good things; they did a lot of bad things to a lot of people. Um, and then after all the news broke out and all this stuff happened, and voice recordings were exposed, Discord calls and logs were exposed, and like everything was just stacked up against this individual. Then they just disappeared after, um, yeah, after being like canceled over and over, which was understandable based on what they had did and what was confirmed of what they did. But when that happened, I remember being like, "Fuck, man! Like, I liked his content, man. He just turned out to be a piece of shit, man. Like, what the fuck?" And like, ugh, that was a fucking episode. I did not expect myself to be that upset over the fact that someone who I watched for entertainment turned out to be like a piece of shit. But then it's like similar to how when we reacted to after seeing the Ina clip, like more and more dots started connecting in my head,
Mm-hmm.
where like all the red flags came together in a fucking parade, and I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like, ah, it was awful. And I remember I joined the person's Discord a while ago, and so after all the news came out and whatnot, it basically became like a shit show for the server, and there were like 200 people in call, just like listening to other people either slander him or like call him out on more stuff, and then just talking about like all the behind the scenes stuff that had happened, because like a bunch of mods and like workers and people who were like hired by him were in that server too, and like talked about how they were being mistreated and like what have you. And just I remember like sitting through and listening to some of myself. I'm just like, wow, like that's so fucked up of him. Like, oh, it's so. Excuse me. It was just so. I don't even think like shocked was the right word. We'll say shook. Yeah, I was very shook and just like, what the fuck? Like, how could you have done this? Like, why? And like, what kind of fucked up? Like, what could have been going through your brain when you did some of these horrible things? Like, what could have been going on? I don't know. We don't know. None of us know. But yeah. After that was when it kind of reinforced for me the idea of like, what happens if a YouTuber that I watched avidly either ends up quitting or like ends up being an absolute piece of shit. And it's just like, now I know that like the idea of it in it of itself now just bothers me. And if it actually happens, then God forbid, I'd probably just be like, fuck, man. Shit.
Yeah. Luckily, Sana wasn't like that. At least, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. That was a relieving part, I think. Like, just seeing her being genuine. Of course, we can only gauge how genuine it was, quote unquote, technically speaking. But like, I'd like to give humanity benefit of the doubt, and back to the whole, you can empathize with people you haven't met before. Like, this isn't just like a fully uh parasocial thing, or not parasocial, but like it's not fully disconnected. But
Yeah.
yeah. But that just made it hurt all the more. So, because it's like, man, a good person's leaving.
Yeah. I'm listening to her song right now, and it's about like how she's basically like, "Oh, I was lonely, but now I have like you guys and like my group mates, so like
Fuck,
I'm not
dude.
as lonely anymore. Like everything's fine. Let's like we can have fun. We can like." I'm like, "Fuck, this is this I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't know, man."
Bring her back.
We're
She's
back.
not gone yet, but bring her back. Fuck, dude.
Uh, and then it's like you get to the point where it's like eventually all of this will be gone.
Yikers. Fucking yikers.
But then again, that's what I thought about Maple Story, but it's on going on to 20 years, so
I mean,
like
it's I guess it's kind of like it might Hololive might stay, but the way we know it might
yeah,
disappear.
and like
Right?
the people will probably move in
Yeah.
and out, and Mume will disappear, and Suise will disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Callie will disappear, and then when they disappear, all their music will disappear.
Ah, shit, dude.
Oh shit! It's okay. I downloaded a Sana song.
Good
Easy
to me.
peasy, bro.
I'm sure people will re-upload it too, somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Man, why do bad things happen to good people? I'm talking about Sana, of course. Why did something bad happen to her? I'm not talking about me or anything like that.
No, 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 no,
Nah, G.
nah, G, that ain't me.
That's like, who do you think I am? Oh God, my dog's borking it up there.
I don't know.
Mm.
I think I'm empty, bro.
Why are you empty?
Like, it's just,
Empty emotionally or empty of topics?
uh, actually, no, empty isn't the right word. It's like,
It's that, yeah, no, I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
tired.
it's exactly that. It's like, yeah, no, I'm just a little bit tired. Oh, yeah, I just need a little bit of rest.
I think it sucks also because I've been having like good dreams when I have dreams,
Uh
and then I wake up to this reality.
huh. Yeah.
Like 3 days ago, like I had a really fucking good dream,
Uh,
and then I woke up, and it was actually, that Madara meme where it's like wake up to reality.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I literally felt that. I literally felt that like in my bones. It was 3 a.m. I woke up from my dream and I was like, I got sad, bro. I was like, fuck, this is reality, huh?
Snap back to reality.
The ghost gravity. But yeah. And then there's the author of Yu-Gi-Oh! Died. And then, the
The
past
former
prime
prime
minister of
minister of Japan got shot.
Japan got assassinated. And there was someone in Northbrook died.
What?
There was like one of my friends sent me like a thing where it's like man found dead after showing gun to cops on FaceTime. I didn't read the article, but
What the fuck?
I don't think it was a shooting. I'm reading it now, I guess.
Was this today?
Um yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
did see emergency vehicles passing by when I was on my way to pick up my brother.
It was really early. It was like 2:30 a.m.
Oh, never mind then. I was not. That's not that bad. That's such a bizarre
Oh, okay.
title, though.
But it wasn't like a shooting, it looks like. It was it was yeah, Sag. It was an unaliving of themselves.
Hmm.
Why did I say it like that?
You
Wait, I
tell
don't think
me,
I
bro.
can hear. Yeah, okay, I can't hear you. Give me a second, it's me. But yeah,
You
the
were
world's
dipped
so
into
dark.
meme culture by calling it unalive.
I did, but I didn't know if that was appropriate.
It's okay. Well,
Uh,
I'll edit that part out because you disconnected, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
but the world's such a fucking dark place, bro.
Yeah, we're not in a great spot all around, honestly.
Yeah, I think it sucks also for me because like like I said, I started watching Hololive like what, January, like the winter is
Uh,
when Chico introduces to me. That's when I was going through like a rough time.
yep.
So like I guess I used it as an escape from this cruel reality.
This cruel world.
But now the reality is
But
even,
now my escape is escaping me.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm so emotional over it.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, the world is we're not in an ideal spot right now. We're like just for me when I like even from like the things that should be the most minor, like when I go to like fill up gas nowadays, I
Oh,
just
yeah,
I stare at that number. I'm just
Yeah.
like, damn, it cost me $50 to fill up gas.
And you can't help but wonder, right? Like, how's the next generation gonna like? I don't know. How's it? How are they gonna do?
How are they gonna
Will
do?
they do better?
And yeah, how will they interpret what's been happening?
Yeah.
Like we went through a global pandemic, and then right as like most of the world was about to be doing okay, then Russia declares war on Ukraine.
Roe v. Wade's overturned.
Roe v. Wade is overturned for the U.S.
Uh,
The
there's
former prime minister of Japan is shot in the
yeah,
country where they are predominantly known to have like the least amount of like gun-based crime.
yeah.
Although I don't know if that's completely statistically correct, but anyways, discrepancy. Um,
I heard China's committing a genocide.
what?
Yeah,
China's what?
committing a genocide.
They're committing a genocide
Yeah,
on themselves
yeah.
because of overpopulation?
No,
Because of what?
I think it's like a religious thing.
Oh my god.
But like, I don't know the facts on that. Like, I was just told this by a former friend. Um,
A former friend. Wow. You gotta say it like that, huh?
what do you want me to say? They
I
were
don't
a
know.
former friend.
And they're still talking?
To me?
Yeah.
No, I don't talk to them.
Oh, you made it
That's
sound
why.
like it was recent news. That's why I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I think it's still going on. Is my point.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's happened within like the time frame that we've been talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, um, yeah.
And to
Mm.
think someone had the audacity to tell my mom that 2022 is gonna be a good year.
That's what they always say. New year, new insert here.
No. Someone apparently like online. Someone apparently like within the same community as like my mom. They told her they're like, oh, like your husband and your oldest son, like you're of like the ox, right? The year of the ox. Like 2022 is gonna be a good year for you guys.
Hey, you
My
still have
mom,
5 months. Maybe win the lottery. Um, solve world hunger.
bro, I don't know, man. It ain't looking too great right now. I think that would be the worst thing though if like the rest of the world's like going through shit. I'm like, well, I had a good year in the latter
Sure,
half.
there's somebody.
Yeah, there's always somebody, but like, I don't, I don't know. It's just maybe it's getting too easy to look at all the negatives, right? Because there's so much of it that like maybe we have to look harder at the positives.
Okay, give me three.
Okay. Um, like world
Like
positives.
like
World
world
positives.
politics.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. I got
yeah.
it. Number one, the pandemic. We were able to get um a majority of our vaccines out for the third shot relatively
Yeah.
efficiently.
Okay.
At least to a good chunk of countries. I can't speak for every country. Um,
COVID spiking in Korea again. Fun fact.
oh yeah, so I heard. Um, it's
But
rather
go on, go
unfortunate.
on, go on.
But anyways,
You go on.
number two, uh, think Chico, think.
Japan's
Um,
opening up. It'll make it easier for
yeah,
businesses.
yeah, Japan's taking tourists outside of their confined group
Well, not only that, they're just
thing.
allowing more people in for like
Yeah,
business as well. So like the economy will actually probably be better off.
yeah,
I imagine.
they'll hopefully be much better off. So that's number two. Uh,
I hope you're on that one.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
give me a third. No help. I'm not helping at all.
If this was earlier, I would have said we got Trump out of office. However, with all due respect, and this is my personal opinion, so please do not come after me, federal agents. My personal opinion is that Biden might not be doing the best job either. Is where I'm at. So maybe
You know
not
where I'm at?
that.
You know where I'm at?
Where are you at?
At this point, I think you would find it hard to find anyone that would argue with that comment.
Yeah, maybe. World scale, good things. What might be? Oh, um, fuck, I forgot where in the world this was, but they were able to finally make that. Was it a bacteria or something? I don't know the scientific term for it, but some living cell of some sort was able to eat plastic and then make like up to 30% of it reusable.
Okay.
I might be mixing two things up, but there was something about someone finding a way to make 30% plastic, 30% of the plastic that goes through this process reusable. 30%'s a lot.
So, 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 I'll give that to you. I'll give
Yeah,
it to you.
yeah,
I'll give it to you.
yeah.
Now, I'm just saying the first one. I'm not saying
Uh,
it's not good,
uh,
but I'm just saying that you know what? I'm just not gonna say it. I was just saying this. I was just trying to make the the world okay. It's not
yeah.
even.
But listen, we we gotta count our victories. Can't only count our losses. Know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah,
it took
no.
us 5 minutes to think of three good things in the world.
Uh, I'd like to just preface this with the fact that I'm just not educated right now. You know,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not looking into
So,
the
so
wholly
we
good parts of the world. Yeah.
I'm sure I agree with you, but how
Yeah.
long did it take us two uneducated people to think of three terrible things that happened in the world?
Well, I think I'd like to
Yeah.
play the social media. I'd like to play the mass media card here
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and play the
So
argument
so you're
that
saying so
uh
I you're saying if there wasn't mass media, right,
uh
you wouldn't know that Roe v. Wade was overturned?
no. What I'm trying to say is we are much more easily exposed. I'm not saying that these things wouldn't have happened. What I'm saying is we're much more easily exposed to these bad things because that's what the media thrives off of. It's just
No, no, I know,
covering.
but it's like I'm saying that even without media, these bad things are so much worse than the good things that like we would have still heard about it without social media.
Well, yeah.
But then the good
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
like you see where I'm going with this, right? Like you,
Yeah. Oh, there there's another good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Philip DeFranco because he covered this. Supposedly, they found um a highly effective potential cure to, I think it was rectal cancer.
Oh, okay. I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you.
I don't remember which cancer specifically it was, but it was something about anal. Um,
Mm.
and Philip DeFranco covered it. Mad props to him. Thank you for sharing the good in the world. But yeah, that's a thing too. But I yeah, I mean we've already established that the world is wholly not in a good place right now.
Yeah.
We could be in much better place, but
You know what I just realized?
huh.
Sana can't be a part of Ina's birthday.
Ah! You right.
Like, good thing it happened recently, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like, it already happened, but, like, never again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's can't be a part of Mumei's birthday because Mumei's birthday's in August.
I I'm sure they can talk off stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a depressing episode. What an espresso depresso episode. But it's also necessary to talk about these kinds of things and
Yeah,
go through them.
we'll have a happier one next week. We'll have a better one. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Nice. I've decided to spend all my day tomorrow drawing our tribute cover.
Nice. Probably
It's
gonna.
gonna be trash,
What the fuck?
but I'll do my. I'm just saying I'm a bad drawer, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, I believe in you. We might instead of using our. Actually, am I even allowed to do that?
What?
Am I allowed to put Astro Girl at the end as
No, I
long as
don't
we
think so.
credit her?
Ooh,
Right?
maybe. I think so, possibly. You would have to correctly credit her, which I don't know how to do. But
I mean, as long as we put it in the description, it's fine, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Besides, we're not even that popular, anyways. So,
yeah.
well, not remove that. We're not popular, anyways. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's. This is for her. Do it for her.
Oh, have you been seeing that meme recently where it's like
Hmm.
this guy like screaming? It's really hard to explain. Let me just find it for you.
Okay.
I don't even know if I'll find it. It's pretty obscure.
Describe it to me to the best of your ability.
So it's like this guy screaming
Uh.
where he was like, um, do I even remember it? Fuck.
It's pretty good.
No, it's like this guy and he's like crying, screaming. And then
Uh.
there's this other person. I think it's like a girl. They're like questioning the guy, and he's like regretting something,
Uh.
and he's like, I would have done anything to like have her here. And then the other person's like, would you have hurt her? He's like, if that means she's still here. Um,
This sounds like one of those YouTube shorts where like
yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah,
put
yeah,
like a
yeah,
track over it and it's from a TV show.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It sounds like you're explaining one of those. That's what.
yeah, 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 yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, okay, okay. I am not going to wait for you to find this
Yeah, yeah,
video.
yeah. That's fine.
I forgot what I say at the end of episodes already. It's only been a week. Oh. Well, before our regular spiel, again, Sana, we will miss you. We hope that you will spend the last few weeks of your stay at Hololive well, healthy, happy, surrounded by the people you care about. And I hope nothing but the best happens in the meantime.
And may you stay connected with everyone. And
Yes.
may your future be very bright. And um, yeah, I'm sure everyone you met through Hololive and all your fans wish you the best as well.
Fly high, Astro Girl. Sana is
Alrighty.
eternal.
See you later, Space Cowgirl.
That's pretty good. I like that. And with that, this is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. You made it through. You're the real MVP. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to. You don't have to. We're just vibing. We're just chilling. And
Just
again,
sad.
sorry that this episode's low vibes because we are Sag and we were
Sag,
reminiscing
Madge.
on several things. Sag, Madge, Smudge, the whole shebang. I almost said the whole shebadge.
But we will catch you guys next week with more
Yeah, we'll
energy.
catch you next week with more fun content and maybe new avatars? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give you the guarantee. I said
Oh.
my name. You have to cut that out, eh?
I'll have to bleep that out.
Yep, you're gonna have to.
Sure.
You're gonna cut that out, right, bro?
I'll probably edit it and do a bleep over it.
Yeah, just
But
do
I'll put the
bleep.
bleep. I'll put the bleep at like the worst possible time.
I'll give you the bleep guarantee.
Yep. Or not even the guarantee part. It's all that is just bleep.
Okay, I'm down. I'm down for that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.
See ya. Goodbye.
Bye.